What's poppin', everyone? You got your coach of the Chim Chargers here today with our week 1 battle of the WBE. And we're going to be taking on my boy kyleaye, coach of the Miami Dolphins. And he actually has a really cool team. Like, if you saw his overall draft, he picked up dual weather. So he had Pelipper and Torkoal and a bunch of other stuff in his overall team. So that's really intriguing to me. While preparing for this match, I made sure that I had to prepare for both scenarios if he brought rain or sun, and in this one he brought sun. So let's go ahead and take a look at his team here. He brought Diancie, Cresselia, Torkoal, Mega Pidgeot, Victory Bell, and Volcanion. So really cool team overall. I could see 2 potential rockers being Diancie and Torkoal to set up rocks. I could see potential hazard control in like Torkoal with Rapid Spin, then maybe Defog and Volcanion or something. I don't really see it as much in Volcanion though. I think that Torkoal is going to be the only form of hazard control that he brings, because I think Volcanion has a lot to offer and probably he does not want to give up a move slot for Defog. Same like for Pidgeot. Like Pidgeot gets Defog, but I don't think he'd want to run anything like that on it. And like Cresselia is really fat too. Like that Pokemon, it can heal 75% of its health in Sun with Moonlight. So that's going to be something we got to watch out for and preserve some of our wall breakers for the team. Mega Pidgeot is another interesting mon that he picked up for his team, as it can run it can run hurricanes even in the sun due to the fact that it has no guard, which will make every move that it hits 100% accurate, and heat waves get powered up in the sun too, so that's pretty cool. Victory Bell is going to be his sun chlorophyll sweeper, and Volcanion is just nice in either rain or sun, whichever one he decided to bring because of the water fire stab moves. My squad here, so like as soon as I saw sun, I was like, all right, not bad. I got Victini, the exact reason why I brought it in this matchup, especially for the fact that it's just a great mon overall. Victini's great. I'm running a Charge Beam Blue Flare set with Fiery Emvee, so it's a pretty heat set overall. I'm excited to try it out for this matchup. I think it'll work really well because of the sun matchup. Rotom here is going to be nice for defogging. Defogging is going to be crucial to ensure that Victini does not get chipped down 25% each time, and my Dugtrio does not have its focus sash broken. Azumarill is there for the purpose of dealing with rain, but he didn't bring rain. However, I am running Emvee Azumarill, which can still help versus Mega Pidgeot, Volcanion, and other stuff like that, taking special attacks relatively well. I have Dugtrio, phenomenal in this matchup, as it can trap the Torkoal with Arena Trap, as well as the Diancie, the Volcanion potentially, as well as even the Victory Bell outside of Sun. He may or may not have Shed Shells, which we gotta watch out for, but I do have Knockoff on Azu to deal with that. Registeel is great because it can sort of be my defensive wall for the team, take hits from Cresselia, from Diancie, as well as maybe Mega Pidgeot outside of Sun, but maybe also Victory Bell outside of Sun too, as it can't run Weather Ball with a fire type move outside of Sun, and it is my rocker for the team, so I have Registeel here for that. And finally, Ditto, to avoid getting swept by Victory Bell and maybe even like Volcanion, and just something that I can use to sort of power back through an offensive mon. And that's the team. So I figured he'd lead with like something like Torkoal, Mega Pidgeot or something, maybe even, yeah, like one of those two, I guess. I figured Victini would be a great lead to kind of scare him and apply a lot of pressure early on. So let's just get right into it. My overall goal, of course, was to try to win this game, and let's see if we can do that with our squad here. Beat his weather, basically. And he decides to challenge me. This may or may not be Kyle's first mistake, as he leads off with the Diancie. So I'm like, okay, he did lead Diancie. I was thinking about that as well, but wasn't sure he was going to do it. But he did lead that, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. I don't want to stay in with Victini. Victini is a very valuable member to the team. I'm going to go Registeel. It's a very safe switch in. I lose nothing by going into that, and I can take the Diamond Storm really well. Now, expecting him to want to switch out here in a Torkoal to get up his Sun and threaten my Registeel at the same time, I'm going to switch out here, but he does go into Cresselia. Now, my switch is actually going to be Rotom, which is still a win-win because Rotom also kind of threatens out this Cresselia because I do have T-Wave. I get the faster T-Wave off, right? And he reveals that he's actually Substitute, so he has Sub Cresselia probably for the Toxic Registeel, which I had on my team. I'm going to go for the Hex here, which will be able to do some significant damage to the Substitute, I guess, but like it's going to do more every time a Pokemon is statused. So that's why I have T-Wave Hex on my squad here. Now, he's going to switch out into his Diancie. He revealed to me that he has Charge Beam, so probably he's not a Calm Mindset. He could be a Charge Beam Cresselia with something else, like Sub Charge Beam and another attack or something. He goes DNC, I get the Hex damage off, I get the Volt Switch, and I get the chip with that. Go back, or actually go here into Azu, right? I expected him to go for Earth Power, expecting Registeel to come back, so I went Azu, as it is a Assault Vest, right? So I can take the hit. Now, I go for the knockoff, expecting a Volcanion switch in, but he does stay in. We knock off the Shed Shell though. So we knocked off the Shed Shell, which is actually crucial for maybe Dougie trapping it later on. So that's got to be in his mind. I'm going to switch out here into Registeel to take maybe the next Diamond Storm or Moonblast or something, but he reveals that he has Heal Bell. So he Heal Belled his Cresselia at this point in time. That's something we got to watch out for. Like, we can't status everything while this DNC is still around. Got to get rid of that thing. I'm going to go here into Rotom, take the Earth Power, Volt Switch back out into my Great Wall, my Registeel, as he goes for the Diamond Storm here. Now, I'm essentially sort of stunting a little bit, kind of dancing around this DNC, pun intended, just so that I can get enough chip on this thing, because the more chip that this thing gets, the less he can Heal Bell, the less he can switch into Victini. That's the main goal right there, is to try to put in work with the Victini. Now, he goes into Torkoal as to actually click Rocks this time around. I expected him maybe to want to stay in, predicting my switch out, because every time I've just been doubling, tripling, and whatnot around DNC. But I get up the Rocks here. I just go into my Rotom as it is pretty near full HP. He goes for the Lava Plume. I expected maybe Rocks or something, or I guess maybe Rabbit Spin, but he burns me with the Lava Plume. It's not too bad. I do have an Iapapa Berry on the Rotom, so that, you know, that's something that can work really well if I get too low. I T-Wave here, I get the Torkoal paralyzed. That's pretty cool, as I can actually get the Hex off here. I already nicknamed my Rotom Haxnu for that reason, you already know. But he's going to go for the Stealth Rocks as he breaks through the paralysis. 50% with the Hex is not bad at all. Now he's going to switch out here into DNC as I just decide to get off the Defog. I figured, you know, Rocks on my side are way more detrimental than Rocks on his side, in my opinion, because I have Sash Dougie and I have Victini, so and I need both of those too. So I'm just gonna Volt Switch out of here, get even more chip on this DNC. He's like really low, almost at 1 HP probably. Now the Diamond Storm here is gonna go off. It's gonna not do much damage at all, as Registeel takes every hit from this thing, probably even Earth Powers too, I should say. And he goes for the Heal Bell here, right? I think here what I should have done was click Rocks. I expected him to go to Torkoal because I figured that if I click Rocks here, Torkoal could probably not come back in too safely at all. I figured he'd go Torkoal and maybe try to Rabbit Spin, but that's why I went for Seismic Toss, because it 2-hit KOs Torkoal while it's parried, and I'm faster than it. But he Heal Belled, I Seismic Toss the DNC to knock it out. He goes Volcanion. I just hard switch out here into my Dugtrio on the Volcanion, and he actually went for the Flame Charge. So I was like, uh-oh, what's going on? But I'm actually faster than the Volcanion at +1. He didn't invest a lot in speed, and I'm rewarded with a nice little critical hit. Knock out the Volcanion in 1 hit, which is crazy. So in the scenario, if I did not get a crit, I would have just gone Ditto and knocked it out, or picked it off with that. I would have been +1 speed, or +2 speed with the, you know, +1 and Choice Scarf and whatnot. But yeah, so I can switch out as he went Cresselia, I went for the Ice Beam. I go Rotom, activate the Iapapa Berry, and we take that hit really well. And now I can just go ahead and paralyze this Cresselia once more. DNC is no longer there to save it with the Heal Bell, and he actually goes for the Moonlight here, right? So now I make a stellar play here. All right, check this out. I predict him to switch out here, predicting the Hex, going to Mega Pidgeot, and I double T-Waved. So I get to T-Wave onto the Mega Pidgeot now, which is amazing because this thing is paralyzed forever. It is slower, so now that he goes for the Mega Evolution, because this thing is probably faster than like all my other mons, right? The double paralysis, or the double T-Wave, allows me now to go for the Volt Switch as he goes for the Mega Evolution into Gold Azu, my Azumarill. With the Assault Vest, I can take this Hurricane fabulously, and I can go here for the Play Rough, which I am faster than him due to the paralysis cutting his speed, knock out the Mega Pidgeot, and now he's gonna go Torkoal. So I'm like, okay, I wouldn't, you know, there was no reason for me to sack Azumarill here. Like I wouldn't willingly sack Gold Azu, of course. So I'm gonna go here into my Rotom to sack this Pokemon. I predicted maybe him to click Rocks here or not, or something like that, but I figured it was in my best interest just to go Rotom as the safe option, spam Defog, and ensure that Rocks are no longer going to be on my side, so that I can bring in Victini at 100%. And Victini's in, the sun is out. It's time to go for the Charge Beam and get a plus special attack boost. Unfortunately, I don't get that boost. He actually has Earth Power on his Torkoal. I don't want to get too low, so I'm just like, you know what, I'll take what I have. I'll go for the Psychic, knock out the Torkoal, get rid of that Pokemon here. Now he has 2 Pokemon left, be Cresselia and his Sunsweeper Victreebel, which he's saving for last. I'm gonna whip out the Fiery MZ on this Cresselia. It's gonna be the Z Blue Flare in the sun too. Think about that, in the sun. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, this better do some massive damage to this Cresselia. This better do massive damage here. And it does. Like, it does phenomenal damage. Cresselia is such a bulky mon. And you know, we got some good damage off. He went for the Charge Beam, got a plus special attack, but the Blue Flare easily will be able to pick this thing off and knock out Cresselia. The last mon is gonna be his Victreebel. And he goes for the Growth, you know, last sort of effort in trying to get a sweep, maybe late game, but I have Ditto in the back, of course, you can't do that. My Psychic here will take out this Victreebel, and that is going to be GG. It is Emvee, so a really solid victory for the first week, getting sort of used to our team, but I think this week sort of showed how powerful our team can really be. And I don't know, like I thought my team, like looking at it, it kind of looked a little underwhelming, like the mons kind of looked smaller than his mons, but they put in a lot of work. We got a big 5-0 win here. And even though sort of we got like a little lucky with the crit on Volcanion and whatnot, I think like it wouldn't have changed much of the match due to the fact that we had like so much in the back too. And Victini kind of just cleaned up in the end. It would have cleaned up in the end. Ditto would have stopped any kind of sweep permanently. Just a great way overall to start off the season, in my opinion. And yeah, so be sure to check out Kyle. He should, I think, also be uploading his side as well at the same time as us. So yeah, I'll be watching that. And yeah, good game to him, and that's gonna be it. So thank you everybody for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this match, seeing sort of our first run of the team in action. And yeah, so looking forward to week 2, and I'll try to get up some more videos as soon as I can. And yeah, so starting off the season strongly. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.